I quit my phone for 7 days. Here's what actually happened. Have you ever thought about how many times you touch your phone in a single day? Most people guess 50, some guess 100. The real number is often much higher. Now, here's the strange part. A few weeks ago, I decided to stop using my phone for 7 days. Not because I wanted to become more productive, not because I wanted to prove something, but because I had a disturbing realization. I couldn't remember the last time I was truly bored. The moment I had 30 seconds of free time, I reached for my phone. Waiting in line, phone. Eating alone, phone. Even when nothing important was happening, I felt an urge to check it. And that's when a question hit me. What happens if I stop? Not for an hour, not for a day. 7 full days. What I discovered surprised me more than I expected. The experiment started simply. I put my phone away. I told myself it wouldn't be difficult. After all, it's just a device, right? Wrong. Within the first hour, my hand reached into my pocket. Nothing. 10 minutes later, I did it again. Nothing. And again, and again, it felt ridiculous, like trying to open a door that wasn't there. I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't checking my phone because I needed it. I was checking it because I was trained to. The habit had become automatic, and my brain did not like losing it. The second day was worse. Something strange happened. Time slowed down. Or at least it felt that way. Without endless notifications, videos, and messages filling every gap, I suddenly had a lot of empty space. And I hated it. I sat down, stood up, walked around, tried to find something to do. My brain was constantly searching for stimulation. Anything. I wasn't craving information. I was craving distraction. That realization hit harder than I expected. Eventually, I ran out of ways to avoid boredom. So I sat with it. And at first, it was uncomfortable. Painfully uncomfortable. But then, something unexpected happened. The boredom didn't get worse. It started changing. I began paying attention to things around me. The sound of birds, the movement of clouds, people passing by, small details that normally disappeared behind a screen. The world hadn't changed. My attention had. As the days passed, I noticed something interesting. Simple things became enjoyable again. Reading felt engaging. Walking felt relaxing. Conversations felt deeper, not because these things had changed, but because my attention was finally present. For years, my brain had been trained to expect constant stimulation. Now it was learning how to slow down. And strangely enough, slowing down felt good. This was the turning point. I started noticing people more. Not just looking at them, actually noticing them, their stories, their expressions, their presence. Conversations lasted longer. I listened more carefully. I wasn't waiting for the next notification. I wasn't thinking about what was happening online. I was simply there. And for the first time in a long time, that felt enough. Around the 6th day, I experienced something I hadn't felt in years. Mental silence. Not complete silence, but less noise. Fewer random urges, fewer interruptions, more space. I had time to think, to reflect, to ask myself questions I normally avoided. Questions that were usually buried beneath endless scrolling, and I realized how rarely I spent time alone with my own thoughts. When the 7th day ended, I finally picked up my phone again. And something surprising happened. Nothing, no magical transformation, no sudden enlightenment. My life wasn't completely different, but I was, because I understood something I hadn't understood before. The phone was never the real problem. The problem was the relationship I had with it. Technology isn't the enemy, it's a tool. But somewhere along the way, I stopped using the tool, and the tool started using me. 7 days without a phone didn't teach me how to reject technology. It taught me how to use it intentionally, how to be present, how to sit with boredom, how to notice life again. And maybe that's the lesson. Sometimes the things we're trying hardest to escape from, silence, stillness, boredom, are exactly the things we need. Because on the other side of distraction, there's a version of ourselves we've forgotten how to hear.